Hello and welcome to Stampin' Flamingo. My name is Brenda. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I have a series for you on how to organize your space where you create. I started with paper, so you can go back and look at my other I think it's 2 or 3 videos, I'm not sure. So when I left last time, I said we were going to discuss how do you store your stamps and dies. So I have a couple ideas how I'm doing it, and I'll show you some other things. So here is your stamp set, and what I did was I used a small mat piece, oopsie, okay, and it is in the container. So I'm going to show you some other ideas that I have, but for now, let's just take a look at this. So I'm really open for suggestions. One of the reasons I'm doing this is because I want a suggestion too. So I'm sharing my suggestions that I figured out that works for me, but please send in your suggestions. So the way that I did this was alphabetical. All my stamps are alphabetical, okay? And what I would really love to do is figure out a way where I'm thinking of a dot system. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but you know, here, like I put that this is a punch so that I know, look for the punch, Brenda, just look for the punch. This has a die set. So I'm also thinking there's some sets that have some gorgeous sentiment cutouts. So I'm trying to figure out if I should get a system for that, you know, or just birthdays. So I'm open. People do everything, you know, everyone has great ideas and they do it different. And so there's something that you have done that might click. So I'm real excited about hearing what you have done. But anyway, this is my collection here. It goes around, like I said, it goes around and around. And these are my retired ones here that I'm keeping. Yes, I'm keeping that many retired ones. I just attached to them. These are my holiday ones here. And those are the ones that I think that I'm hoping will be continued, or at least I know I will use. So I'm going to move over to my desk and I'll show you some of the other items that I used the last time and some other suggestions. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what I was showing you in my magic closet. And I just also want to say, don't be discouraged if you don't have your own space. I've talked to people that have carved out areas in their basements, near their washing machines. I'm not sure how much longer I'll have this space because we're planning to move, so who knows. But anyway, I'm just going to show you what I do. Here is the new In Bloom, which by the way, I love. It's a fabulous set. I have gotten it on the magnetic piece, and then I always make sure I just put it on top. Now, the key to this is, if you notice, I have 25 over here. The reason I have 25 is I took the original paper that came with the set, because you remember it comes in an envelope, and I slipped it in here. Okay, so here it is. So when I want to give it to someone, or they'll have the whole sheet, I just slip it in here. Alrighty, just like that. And then make sure everything looks nice and neat. Yeah, there you go. And it says 25. Why? Because I have lost these doggone things. I have lost on one of my favorite sets, the flower that I love. So I'm real careful when I get this out and use it. I count it before I put it back, because there's nothing worse than getting it out after a week or two or even a month and going, oh, there's a piece missing. No way are you going to find it. So if I am missing a piece right away, then I go back and I look for it. Okay, and then here is my stamp sets, and I always keep them, try to do my best to keep them protected. So the inconvenience of this is that I'm trying to figure it out. Should I glue this down here and then put this on top? I'm not sure. Or right now, I just put this on top, I put this on the bottom, put this on the top. Okay, so that's one thing. Oops, and that's a little crooked, so let's fix that. There we go. But that really helps to keep things organized so that you don't lose it. Now, oops, let me snap this. you do have to be careful not to have it go over the edge like that. Okay. Now the second thing I do to keep things organized, if you noticed in my closet, I have these 4x6 little containers. What I typically, or what my philosophy is, or what I try to do is when I get a set, I start playing with it. I like to keep all my pieces in here because you never know, you might just want to grab something. You want to be ready to go. This fits a card size. Let's look at this. A card, okay, or part of a card, or however I want to do it. I can fit in the sheets that I need, the colors. Now these are available online. This is the disadvantage to this one is, and I always put a label on it. My neighbor gave me the label makers. I love them. Oh, actually this my husband does for me. He does this on the computer, but my neighbor did give me a label maker. These we sell, Stampin' Up. These are a little bit thinner. So what I noticed is this one takes up a lot of room, but this is what I started with, so I'm not going to change in midstream. However, you can see this holds quite a bit also. It's not as deep, but do you really need deep? That's something you need to decide. Okay? So I just love my system in that way. But again, I am open. I'd love to hear how other people are storing. My girlfriend Joanne suggested this, so I'm trying it. We'll see. Now what you might want to know is I use the magnet vent covers for, and I just cut them the size that I need. Now, what I will say, isn't this doggone cute? It's my new pad. What I will say is there's a lot of loss, or a lot of I have a whole bunch of pieces that are just odd sizes. So I know Stampin' Storage sells them. They sell them in various sizes, and I will list their address after this video. So you have a lot of options. The other thing that I'm looking at is now they're starting to sell rolls. You can get them on Amazon. Stampin' Storage also sells them, where you can put them on a door or on the side of your wash machine. Actually, so a lot of people are actually taking their dies and putting them on the magnets. My thought is I'd like to do that. However, I'm not going to do it on my, I'll probably do it on the ones that are regular shapes, or the ones that are standard, not part of a set. That way I don't have to worry about misplacing it, and I can always look up. So the advantage of that is, just having it there and looking up. Or another option would be, if you do have a new set, put the magnets up there. That way you'll be able to see it, and you can switch it back and forth if you like. I did want to complete my paper little story also, and I will put these are the Avery ones that I used the last video, okay? But I completely forgot that I ordered these from Stampin' Storage, and I want to show you these. They won't work for the system that I have right now, only because my shelves are not tall enough to stand my paper up. But here's what it looks like. This is the Magenta Madness. It is open on this side. You slip your paper in. You can put the name of your paper, Magenta Madness, maybe with your the ID number on it. So this gives you some more ideas. But again, it really depends on what. These are a little bit heavier. They're definitely nicer. But again, you have to stand them up to see it, or on its side like this, which doesn't work for me. Well, you know what? I might have to retry that. And I think that's about it. They do have, Stampin' Storage does have these dividers also for your paper, which are just cardboard, and you can put your, it does have a label. So you could, let me just see. That's looking at ours. So I just did one here, I think. Yeah. So I've had these a while. I've not used them. But you would slide it in, say, put the name of it here, which it comes with labels, and it sticks out just a little bit, enough that you'll be able to see it. So I would be able to say, oh yeah, here's our hydrangea paper. Now remember what I said last time was I have my hydrangea paper, but I also use, don't forget, that on the back of here, on the back of the paper, it will always show you, oopsie, let me just tilt that around again. So just remember, on the back of the paper, it will always show you what paper it coordinates with. This is Gorgeous Gray, Gray Highland Heather, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, Rose, I can't see, Sea Spray. So guess what? I was out of some. So what I did was I slipped it in here, what I have, and I just ordered a bunch of paper. Don't forget that Seaside Spray, which is fabulous, is going out. So if you're interested, now's the time to do it. And then I just slip it in here. And then when I pull this paper out of the bin, I know exactly what goes with it. And I don't have to go fishing around. The other thing I've done, I think I showed you this the last time, but I have made, I forget the size of these. These might be 4x6, which I'll have to replace because the new colors will be coming out. But this was Connie Stewart's idea, which I adapted and I love. It just has each color of card stock with my reorder. And that way, when I do want to do something, say this is the paper that I want to use, I can just bring it up and say, oh, that looks great with it. Misty Moonlight does look good with it. I love that it picks up this. So there's different methods that you can use. I try them all, but I'm starting to really enjoy having the paper in there with my paper, you know, the coordinating paper. I always save the back, save it. You know, I save, sometimes it just comes on the, like individually on the plastic. This one is on the cardboard, so that's great. So the other thing I do is, here's a good example. I use a paper clip, a small one, clip all my odds and ends because that's what I did before I got the Avery. And then I have all my odds and ends with me. Turn it on the back and there you go. There's the name, there's the reorder number, and here's what coordinates with it. So my friends, thank you for joining me, and have a wonderful day. And remember, please check out my YouTube videos. I don't have a lot, but they're starting to get collected. I also have a Facebook page, Stampin' Flamingo, Brenda Messina, that please visit. And remember, just remember, be a flamingo in a flock of pigeons. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.